Hi, I'm here with Ann Wiens, Vice President of Marketing Communications at the California Institute of the Arts, CalArts. Our firm led the search that placed Ann at CalArts back in 2022. Welcome, Ann.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
It's good to see you again, Ben.
To start things off, I know many know about CalArts, but for those that may not know, can you tell us a little bit about the Institute?
Yeah, I'd be happy to, of course. So CalArts is a private nonprofit arts college. We're in Southern California in Valencia, which is about 30 miles northwest of downtown LA. And the institute was founded in the 60s by Walt Disney and his brother Roy, who envisioned a new kind of school that would bring all the arts together under one roof. They were really envisioning creating a multidisciplinary community of artists that was modeled on the lived experience of working artists rather than the traditional conventions of an arts conservatory. And CalArts has stayed pretty true to that idea on which it was founded. It now offers undergraduate and graduate degrees through 6 schools. We have a School of Art, Critical Studies, which is where all our gen ed requirements are taught, as well as writing, dance, film video, music, and theater. And it's all still under one roof here in Valencia. It was really conceived as an experiment, and it continues to embrace that idea of experimentation in its curriculum. We've been referring to it lately. We just launched a new website, and on the homepage, we refer to it as a place where pedagogy meets pixie dust. So we're kind of
Hmm.
embracing, that higher ed plus that little bit of Disney magic. It's a very serious school, but it's also whimsical. It's very rigorous, but it's also kind of magical. So um, that's a little bit about. Hopefully, that gives you a sense of
Oh,
how
that's
arts
no,
is.
that's great. That's great. I think it was a good explanation. I like the combination. So you've been at CalArts now for a little over 2 years.
Mhm.
How are things going for you? And maybe a little bit about what's coming up next for CalArts.
I'm enjoying it. I come from a background in the arts, an artist myself. So being in this environment of just, you know, crazy intense creativity every day, surrounded by our students who astonish me every day with the work that they're doing. It's a really fun place to work. Um, when I was, when y'all first brought the opportunity to me, and I was learning about CalArts, I was really attracted to the description of CalArts as being an institution at an inflection point. The school was about to celebrate its 50th anniversary, which it did right after I got here, and looking to move into the next chapter of its life. It's an institution that was poised for change coming out of the pandemic and really looking at all the changes going on in the various arts sectors that it teaches. And so that was really attractive for me at this point in my career to have the opportunity to come to a place that was wholeheartedly embracing the idea of experimentation and wanting to envision the next chapter, wanting to execute change and really be part of what's next. And that sounded like a lot of fun to me, as well as a formidable but interesting challenge. And it has been. There have been some extra challenges thrown in, like the whole FAFSA fiasco that for people who aren't in higher ed, that's the financial aid form that was rolled out with a lot of problems that made it a bumpy road for students to apply for financial aid and has kind of uh, caused some bumps for the higher ed sector. It also uh, we're just seeing a lot of changes right now in people's the way that people are thinking about higher education and the way that people are assessing the
Yeah.
value of higher education. There's more skepticism of it than there has been for a while, and it's hitting small private arts colleges and liberal arts colleges especially hard because it's more difficult for people to draw a straight line from the investment intuition to the outcome of a career.
Sure.
Um, so those are some really interesting challenges to work with, but with its legacy of experimentation and being really rooted in that, it's also with every challenge comes opportunity. And for CalArts, it really is giving us the opportunity to think of, okay, how can this institution be the ideal place to create what's next, to create a new model for arts education? And to really, if you look at the way that the arts, all of them, permeate every aspect of society and our lives, music, entertainment, design, experiential arts. These are all things that CalArts has a long history of teaching and supporting. And so it really is a great opportunity for us to figure out how to connect that with students and in a way that will prepare them to go out and bring that into the world.
Yeah.
We talk at CalArts about our students don't come in as art students, they come in as artists. We consider them artists from day one. And I, having spent my whole life in the arts, firmly believe that the artists are the ones who show us what's next, who change society. You can see that all through history. If you look at the art of today, you're going to see the mainstream society of a decade from now. Um, and so it really gives us some exciting opportunities to develop curriculum and work with artists around those shifts that we're seeing.
Well, and your role, with I think the challenges in higher ed and articulating the ROI, as you mentioned, um, for art and design, I think your role is such an important piece, to be able to get out there and share with prospective students and families the importance of art, and what a
Mhm.
career in art can do for you, and to have the creativity of an environment like CalArts to do that in, sounds a lot of fun. And you and I talked about this, but just the changes in technology, and I'm curious how AI is impacting CalArts as an institution, but also how AI is impacting the work that you do in marketing and communications.
Yeah, it is. AI is top of mind for everybody right now. We being everyone in society has been using it for a while now without really naming it. But generative AI in particular is becoming so prevalent and top of mind right now, as I said. And we at CalArts, we have a group of faculty who are really, an AI task force who's really looking at how that may be brought responsibly into our curriculum, um, how we can integrate AI as just another art making tool, which is in a way what it is. You and I talked about this a little bit before you began recording, but in ways people worry about the threat to creativity, the threat to originality. It's the same worry that people had when the camera was invented. People were worried that photography was going to kill painting, for example. And it now, of course, photography, videography, they're just another tool, another media that you use for art making. And so we're really taking that approach with AI in terms of our curriculum. We have some exciting new partnerships coming up that we'll be talking about in the spring. Some exciting curricular developments, programs that are looking at how we can integrate generative AI and other technologies into very gracefully into the pedagogy and the curriculum that we are already doing with, the multidisciplinary all the arts under one roof at CalArts. So I'm really excited about what our students are going to do with that because they're always the ones at the fore of everything. The students are our students are always the smartest ones in the room. They're the ones who are really thinking about what's next in the most exciting and original ways, which is why it's fun to work in a place like this. Um, in terms of how it impacts the work that I do, one other thing I wanted to mention with AI too, because there's been a lot of um, hand-wringing in the news about, well, students are just going to use it to write all their papers and everything. And
Sure.
we're
Yeah.
just not that worried about that, partly because it's a art school, but partly, you can, it's really the learning that matters, and it's another tool through which our students can learn. In terms of the work that I do in the marketing and communications office here at CalArts, um, we are, making forays into how we use it in our day-to-day work. We do a lot of writing, being a communications office,
Right.
and we're trying to feel our way through to make sure that we're incorporating AI in the places where it can save time for us without reducing the quality of anything that we're doing. AI is not brilliantly creative. There are still things that you need humans for. Humans have the brains that work in the more quirky, unexpected ways, which is essential to good marketing and communications. If you can't, predictive text is not going to cut it when you're writing marketing copy. But it's certainly helpful in terms of first drafts. So we're using it for to summarize interviews. We're using it to write first drafts of press releases. For the more sort of day-to-day mundane announcement type writing, it's a wonderful time saver. And then, a real person who has common sense can read what Chat GPT or whatever has produced for us and uh, polish it up, make it better, and make sure it's accurate. But it is freeing up more of our time if you don't have to spend a lot of time going through a lot of notes and summarizing, if you don't have to do those initial rough drafts, it gives my staff and myself more time to work on the creative aspects of the work where it really is essential to have a human and a creative human mind. So there's a lot of exciting possibilities, I think, and also in terms of metrics and analytics, it can summarize a bunch of analytical reports on the performance of marketing, just like that. It's really good at that, and just save my team and me a lot of tedious work time.
Oh, I bet. Well, I can imagine there's going to be a lot of changes in the work that you do and a lot of benefits and probably some challenges that'll come with it. And I imagine a lot of similarities, a lot of challenges and opportunities with students at CalArts as well. And I'm
Mhm.
excited to see what happens in the spring with some of these developments and partnerships that you're talking about. But thank you so much, Ann, for your time. It's been great catching up, and wish you and the team at CalArts all the best for continued success. Thanks again.
Thank you, and back at you. Congratulations on your 30th anniversary.
Thanks, Ann. Take care.
You too.